People aren't trying to give you their email address or phone number, right? Even if they do give you the email and phone number, it's not a guarantee that they'll respond. People ghost each other all the time. Women know this. Archaeologists have found cave drawings of women ghosting men since day one. But if you're a business owner and you're serious about revenue growth, and not just revenue growth, but also profitability, it's important for you to capture emails and capture phone numbers, and I'm going to explain why. I'm Irshad Aziz, co-founder of Dropkick Copy. We are direct response marketers. Our oversight translates well to all levels of the funnel. And we've touched all levels of the funnel, but it's the bottom of the funnel where chat and email exist that most interests us. You can watch my partner interview some of our previous clients in the link below in the description box. But first, let's get through the rest of this video. Okay, let's talk about revenue growth. It's important to what is important is how much you earn per customer you've acquired. So if you acquire one customer, how much can you extract from them? How much can you sell to them? Are they buying from you repeatedly? That matters, right? In fact, the more you can earn from them, the more profit you'll make on top of whatever you've invested in acquiring them, right? So it matters. Beyond revenue. What also matters is the efficiency with which you acquired the customer. So that's got to do with cost of marketing and stuff, right? So you can't just be overspending on marketing to acquire that one customer who only buys from you one time. You want to cut down how much you spend per customer and get them to buy multiple times. That's how you get truly profitable. So if you're doing your due diligence as a business owner, eventually you're going to arrive at this decision you have to make about how you're marketing, what tactics you're using, and what they're generating in terms of revenue, because that's going to affect the profitability. Now, the cost of marketing directly and organically has always been less than the cost of running ads, paid promotions, and even throwing events. That's why you hear everybody talk about email, SMS, and chat. Now, out of the three, email exhibits the Lindy Effect. What is the Lindy Effect? The Lindy Effect is where something has been around in our culture and in our habits so long that it cannot be removed. It's just going to always be there. So email is traced back to post. Post is a mailbox. We've had mailboxes longer than we've had phones, right? So email is older than, so in a roundabout way, email predates everything. Email is the original place that we received comms in. The human being has a need. I did a video on this. I'll link it. I did a video in December. The human being has a need to collect and store information, and that includes news. The human being wants to know what's going on outside in the world. The human being has a place to receive messages. That has been the post box. All right, email is just the modern version of that. We've been marketing to post boxes for a long time, and email marketing is just the continuation of that, right? So direct response marketing comes from this lineage, this very, very old lineage, okay? We as business people and sales and marketers, we're tapping into that. Now let's talk about revenue growth, all right? I'm going to put up the buyer's journey here because I keep talking about it. It's 7 points. I can't keep saying it. I'm going to put up the buyer's journey here. Let's talk about revenue growth now. If you're selling stuff, fine. Now you want to increase how much you're selling. You've got to investigate what you can do to sell more stuff. You're going to arrive at this conclusion. One thing is you want to get more people going down this buyer's journey. That means you got to put your product, your big idea, your offer in front of new people. So that's one thing you got to do. The other thing you got to do is you got to find the people that have gone down the buyer's journey but not bought. They know about your product, they know it can solve a thing, they know the price, they were about to buy, and then for some reason they changed their mind. You want to take those people and find a way to make them buy, not now, but maybe later, eventually. That's like converting the unconverted. You understand what I mean? Lastly, you want to find the people that have bought your product already and encourage them to buy again. Or at the very least, recommend your product to another person. That's really all there is to do, broadly speaking, when you want to grow your revenue beyond what you're already earning right now. This is so kind of tried and tested and true that some people call it the 3 pillars of revenue growth. Now, going back to this idea of why you need to be capturing emails and phone numbers to help your revenue growth. Yes, let's talk about where email and phone numbers come into play with regard to these pillars. Let's start with the third pillar. Let's start right at the end. Email and phone are perfect for retention, encouraging retention. You can run campaigns to get people to buy the new upgraded version of your product. You can automate things. You can keep people in the loop about what's new and what's going on. You can send offers and incentives for people to recommend your product to other people. Customer lifetime value is unlocked through email mostly, and phone too, to a degree at this level. That's why they're always used. That's why the ROI of email is so high, and it's so kind of it creates these outsized gains, and people are shocked by it. For every dollar spent on email, you get $40 back. Why? Because you got the person down the funnel, but you got the person to buy the second and third and fourth time because you've been emailing them, right? So email and phone work really well on pillar 3, right at the bottom of the funnel. Now for pillar 2, converting the unconverted, phone is not as good here because you can't just keep contacting people by phone all the time. It's troublesome. People would rather you contact them by email. People have studied this service. Email is how you keep them in the loop. Say, okay, they got to the point of purchase, they backed out, they went back cold again, a little bit cold. You can keep them in the loop and touch base with them periodically, and you can automate this. You can do this at scale. With a phone, you can't. You need somebody there just typing it all the time. It just doesn't work that way. Email is better at this. So email allows you to continue to nurture people beyond how much they've already been nurtured indefinitely, for as long as they stay on your list. It's very powerful in getting people to convert who haven't converted. But for pillar one, where you have to put your product in front of new people and get them aware that you even exist, all this stuff, email is not so strong. Email and phone is not so strong. Why? Because then you'd have to cold email people, and that kind of sucks. Cold call people, cold email, they don't want that. This is where social ads and all that top of the funnel stuff that you know and love, this stuff works well. But it's super expensive. It costs a lot of money. It costs money to throw an event. It costs money to pay for UGC content. It costs money to create ads, right? It costs money to bang your drum on the street for no gain, just hoping somebody, gives your product a chance. However, here's the trip. If you did pillar 3 correctly, and you've been email marketing to people well, and you've got them, so you've got your product works, and you've got them to actually recommend your product. Yeah, you've treated them well such that they're willing to talk about it. Then this affects pillar 1, because people will be doing your marketing, top of the funnel marketing for free. For free. They'll be telling people about your product, you didn't have to pay a cent. So email indirectly works on pillar 1 too. It's just that at the pillar 3 level, you got to fulfill a lot of your promises and keep people in good terms and treat them well and incentivize them to recommend your stuff, in which case you're saving a lot of money down the line because you need to run less ads to generate that revenue. So really that's kind of what it is. Email is not going anywhere. It's super Lindy. In fact, there's people have surveyed even Gen Z. Gen Z use email. You'd think they won't. The way they talk about Gen Z is like they want to be in space and just communicate telepathically. It's not. They still use email. You know what I mean? Surprisingly, when asked how they'd like to interact with a brand, they said the first and foremost way is they'd like to keep in touch with brands through social media. Secondly, they'd like to keep in touch with brands through email. Thirdly, they'd like to actually deal with the brand in person, go to the store. Fourth is ads. They don't mind checking out the ads. It's fifth that they want to deal with the phone conversation. So phone comes like way down. And lastly, they read the blogs. So email and phone play a valuable part, and email more than phone, even with the modern generations. The inbox is a Lindy thing. Emailing people is a Lindy thing. What they've found is that Gen Z even has capacity to follow up to 5 or 6 newsletters at any given time. It's very rare that people follow more than 5 or 6 newsletters. The type of newsletters they follow are actually ones that are actually giving them the news. Curated news that they can't get from social media, where the algorithm is just churning stuff for the masses and not specifically for them. Remember what I said? The human being has a need to keep a storage space to invite news in. They want to know what's going on outside of their house. They want to receive documents. They want to keep it all in one place. That's never going anywhere. And it's exhibited in the habits of the Gen Z too, right? So they want news, they follow sports, and they follow hobbies, and they don't mind receiving emails about this, right? You have to kind of fit into all of that. All right, email and phone numbers for revenue growth. I hope that makes sense. Check out the other videos I have on how to sell products online. That's it. Take it easy.